in your pastoral opinion? Is Donald Trump a racist?
No, Donald Trump isn't a
Are
racist.
you saying that because you're a racist?
Not anymore.
Friends and lovers in YouTube land, welcome to the channel. I'm Tony. If you believe the Bible and you're interested in politics, then this is a video for you. Subscribe.
That was easy.
Stay tuned, stay subscribed. We got a lot of good stuff coming your way.
Hello, my name is Taj Grant, and I'm here alongside with Pastor Ryan Price in a segment that we like to call Pastor's Perspective.
Donald Trump is a narcissist. I'm sorry, Donald, if you watch this and get offended. Don't have me deported, please. He needs accolades. I mean, he needs people to look up to him, to admire him, and he needs to be the center of attention. So he really is very, I think, this is my opinion, he's very insecure. And so if he targets any particular group, it really is less about being against a group of individuals than it is about Donald Trump promoting himself. To say Mexicans, it's not racist. Mexicans are the people from Mexico, and they're the ones who are crossing illegally into the United States, and it is that country that the immigrants from around the world are coming through to access the United States of America. And so to try to make it racist to say that building a wall at Mexico was a racial thing, well, if they were Russians coming through there, or if the country were Russia or whatever, that just happens to be the country. Donald Trump, his record says that he employs people. And matter of fact, because he likes women so much, not in a good way, he probably hires more women and more minorities than anybody. You know, it's also funny you say racist. I mean, the man's wives, two of his wives have been from other countries. So that's rhetoric. That's all that is, just a lot of rhetoric.
Sure.
Everybody's racist if you want to throw something at them from some point in time or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I tend to agree with that point.
What about the racial divide and push for segregated atmosphere here in the U.S.? And is white privilege is really a big problem affecting the U.S.?
The racial divide in our country has been greatly exacerbated. And it has been exacerbated by the rhetoric, and that has been the fake news, actually, the media pushing and pushing and pushing against it. Racism comes from hatred. It comes from not loving people. It comes from being very, very willing to watch one people group be oppressed while another people group unfairly benefit from the same oppression. Racism comes in all forms, shapes, and colors, but ultimately comes from not loving people. In other words, an individual who's white who hates someone who is Hispanic, or someone who is Asian, or someone who is Caribbean, or someone who is European, or someone who is an islander or an African. An individual who hates someone from a different ethnic background, or dislikes that person, or thinks less of that person, doesn't love them. And that's really what it comes down to. Unfortunately, I have encountered individuals that would be just fine with me dying, or being abused, or having everything that I've earned and saved taken from me, and it's because I'm white. Because they would say white privilege. They would be okay with me being mistreated. Well, why would they be okay with that? Well, because they don't love me. There are white people who would be okay with black people working harder, getting paid less, not being treated with the same respect and esteem that they deserve to be treated with, that every person deserves to be treated with, and would be happy making ethnic slurs and putting them down, keeping them down. And the reason is they don't love people. And so I guess that's the issue, you know, is that God made us all one race, and we are supposed to love each other And when people don't love, that, then racism is manifested. And in different terms, in different manifestations, racism can be practiced among a same ethnic group. This isn't meant to stir controversy, but for instance, why is it that in the Hispanic groups that Puerto Ricans are disliked by the other groups, and that Puerto Ricans usually dislike the other Hispanic groups? In other words, if they speak the same language and they have more similarities, why would it be that someone from Mexico would like me but not like a guy because he's Puerto Rican? Well, as I understand it, in many cases, because Puerto Ricans have an inherent citizenship and a legal standing in the United States, then they sometimes take advantage of folks that are here illegally. And so they're disliked because of the way that they treat other people. Well, why would a Puerto Rican treat an individual from Mexico or Guatemala in a bad way? Because he doesn't love them. That's why. Anytime you don't love somebody, you're going to mistreat someone. Anytime you mistreat someone, that's wrong. And so I don't think there's a pat answer, but the question about, I guess originally, why has it been exacerbated in the last 8 years? Well, because unfortunately, most of America, when Barack Hussein Obama was elected to be the President of the United States, most of America elected a man, and they elected a black man, and they were happy that they elected a black man. But Barack Hussein Obama felt as though he conquered the whites. And I don't know how else to put it than that. It was as though, he put it this way: we won, you lost. And anytime there's a we and a you, there is a disparity. Or that causes the disparity. So our past president did term many things, us and them, we and you. And so he did divide America a great deal, sadly. So, it's too bad.
That's all for this episode. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, and if there was a love button, if they ever add one, love it. Little heart button. But for now, I think it's just a thumbs up.